time to lie some more. Fibbage for the game that I adore. Can you tell a fib from the truth? Are you a sleuth? Fibbage for, not the fibbage of your fibbage for. So much more to explore. The hope for prizes galore. Sweet fibbage for. Trivia that's so outrageous. How can it all be true? Face to face we deceive one another. It's all too much soft blur. Fibbage for, oh I can't ignore my l'amour. Never felt before. You rocked me to my core. My fibbage for. This war, so tell us, it's time to settle the score. This battle of wits evermore. Oh, fibbage for. Fibbage for, forever wanting more. Fibbage for, you are my soup du jour. Let's never say I've lied. My fibbage for, le fibbage for, sweet fibbage for, my fibbage for.
Welcome to a very spooky Jackbox game stream. I'm CJ.
And I'm Tim.
And we are here. We are Jackbox Games. If you're not familiar with our studio, we make party games. You know, you might have heard of Quiplash, Trivia Murder Party, Fibbage, or Drawful, one of those names coming up.
That's right. And this is the Inside the Box reunion tour. This is a monthly stream where the developers at Jackbox Games share some behind-the-scenes stories and content from the making of the party packs.
We are in the 4th month of the year 2023, which means we are on Jackbox Party Pack 4. So with us today are some of the creators of the Jackbox Party Pack 4. I'm sure all strangers to you, the mysterious J.D. Salinger-like bunch who finally came out of hiding to introduce themselves. Now, I asked them to introduce themselves now. Perhaps, let's start with Allard. Who are you?
Also known as J.D. Salinger. Hi, I'm Allard. I'm the Chief Creative Officer for Jackbox Games, and an art director and designer for this enterprise for over 20 years. So, yeah.
What'd you do for... What'd you do for this particular pack of notes that you...
For this pack, I kind of supervised the art and sort of art-directed Fibbage and bracketeering and... What else? I pitched the idea for Civic Doodle and got that greenlit. What else? I don't know. General stuff.
General stuff.
Made a lot of art for bracketeering too.
Hey.
For that.
Fantastic.
Pushed a lot.
I guess we'll go over to Andy. Andy, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine.
I'm Andy. Andy, audio guy for over 27 years.
Whoa.
For Party Pack 4, I did the music for Monster Seeking Monster. I did the music for Fibbage 3. And I did the music for Civic Doodle. And one of the voices of the Civic Doodle as well.
Wow. Tim, you hear that? Somebody has a voice for one of the games.
That sounds cool, CJ.
Speaking of cool, Arnie.
Oh, I was like, can't be me. Hey, not much.
That's what makes you cool.
Just being my cool self. I'm Arnie Niekamp. I'm studio editorial director for Party Pack 4. I pitched and directed Monster Seeking Monster. I pitched and editorial led bracketeering, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I catered. I did the catering.
You're fantastic.
That was good. So many egg rolls.
They're the easiest. They keep the longest.
And speaking of the person who keeps the longest, Evan, how are you?
Yeah, I don't even need to be refrigerated. I'm Evan. I'm the CTO of Jackbox, and for Party Pack 4, this was the first pack I wasn't working on a game, like day to day. I don't know what I was doing that year.
You made the dust particle effect.
I made the dust. Yeah, I made the dust.
And for that, we celebrate you.
I don't remember that long ago, so I'm not going to be very interesting with this stream.
Yes. Speaking of the interesting stream, Tim, it's good to you here as my co-host. I just want to clarify, he did nothing for this party pack.
Nor did CJ.
No.
Not for lack of asking, as I understand, many emails saying anything need to be done, I'll do it for free, and still, as I understand, your involvement was politely refused?
No, at this point I was still driving Ryan around as a Lyft driver.
Just listening to the stories.
Listening to the
I'm going to right away, just because we have someone in the chat saying, Duan saying, will you be reading the chat? Let this be your answer. We are reading, listening, and following along.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to point out, OSHA Warrior has a lot of compliments for everybody here. Particularly the Monster Seeking Monster music is amazing. And they also said that they were impressed by the art for Fibbage. So 2 people responsible directly for that in the chat today. And speaking of Fibbage, we are going to start with that. We had a shout out for Enough About You, and that's exactly what we'll be playing today. To really get to know the creators of the game, we're going to learn about them through live.
Welcome to Enough About You, a new and different way to play Fibbage, but not different enough for me to get paid twice, apparently.
Great logo.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
players,
Beautiful.
come with me. And
This plays
anybody
like a normal
watching
Fibbage
can
game,
join the
except they'll be
audience
giving
anytime.
facts
The
about
audience gets to
themselves,
throw
which they're
extra
going to write
lies
very
into the
shortly.
mix and guess the truth along
This was
with
the first
players.
pack where we
Let's
were
do
like,
it.
what if instead of doing 5 games, we secretly did 6 games?
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, here's the
It's
deal.
funny 'cause
You're
we've
about to
never
see a
done that
question on
again.
your device. Answer truthfully. During the
Which
game,
four?
you'll make up lies about
That's
the other
right. There
players.
certainly isn't a
500
secret
points
6
for
game
everyone
in
you
a
fool
future
with your
pack that you
lies.
should be looking
1,000
for. We're
finding
not
out.
giving that
And
clue.
the questions
Why
about
would you do
you,
that?
You get a reputation bonus for
Play
every
all
player
the
who gets
content.
the answer right.
All the game.
Hit?
Here's a
Good.
tidbit about this. The title of this
Answer your
game. It was
question
actually
now.
a prototype for a totally different game that we
Hmm.
prototyped back in 2000, which was like a memory game.
Hmm.
We often get people asking what are our scrapped ideas, and we often have to say we can't tell you because we could put them in future packs, and this is one of those. Fibbage 3 is my guilty pleasure. From Omar Gardo. Yeah, it's my
Hurry up and finish
Father
before
asked
time
us
runs.
already.
All right, question 1. The punchline to this player's favorite joke is blank. Your lies now.
Mhm. This one's in Andy, our music director. And once again, you can't play in the audience. In the audience, you get to pick which one you think is the lie and which one is the truth. The code is OULF if you'd like to join the audience today. See if you know the Jackbox producers better than they know themselves.
Hurry,
What was the
time
idea
runs.
behind Fibbage's theme of flowers? Where did the flower theme come from for Fibbage?
Boy, the theme for this went on a very long.
Okay, take a look and find the truth.
No.
It started with the idea of doing sort of Vampiros Lesbos kind of vibe, which I think the music kind of hit perfectly. And this. And we actually had sort of a swingers party theme, and there's a lot of swingers part and concept art that was generated
Okay, what did
around
everyone
this.
pick?
And then we kind of just realized that we can't really do that. It was getting a little too weird, but we ended up with a lot of this palette and a lot of these sort of motifs, and we were like, this is a really strong direction in itself. So, yeah, Alain Helmers did a lot of this ideation. Hector, actually, I think this was Hector's first game that he worked on as an intern.
Is that your first game?
Yeah.
Neither fart sound effects was Wish, right?
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh, can I guess the joke? Why didn't the skeleton cross the road?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not really my favorite joke, but it's always made me laugh. Although I want to hear the joke to Evan's punchline.
Now listen up. One of this player's earliest memories is of
Norm MacDonald used to say that the best joke is where the punchline and the setup are the same thing.
I just want to say that I want to thank Zach for asking everybody respectful in comments at the same time the players were making fart jokes and talking about basing the game off swinger culture.
You weren't worried about ratings back then.
No.
Come on,
Hey,
take
what
it
would in
out.
it?
The photos, we don't have the category picker here, Allard, but
Oh yeah.
that's one of my favorite parts of this game, is the photos
Oh,
of
really?
the category
Yeah.
picker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
here are
this was
your
one of the
choices.
first games we used photos in, really.
That's right. That was actually it was inspired by the Night Gallery TV show. Remember that TV show?
Yeah, Rod Serling goes
Rod
to
Serling.
Not contributing.
And actually, Hector kind of
I don't remember that.
I love this part.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's doing? Just Norm MacDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
I got
audience.
some audience.
Oh, 6% of you are my kind of people.
Yeah, it's about the right ratio of people you appeal to.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's also the punchline to the dirtiest joke I've ever heard.
Like she had a bowl of nuts that would always be out, walnuts, and me and my brothers would go and just throw them around her house.
Okay, focus up.
We were the
The
worst.
song that always makes this player dance is blank.
We called that game
Okay, into
Nuts.
your lies.
When you answered this, we do have a previous question from GP Jetty who asked, how did the idea of Survive the Internet pop out when we were talking about game ideas for this pack?
That came from Spencer M.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a very dark view of the world.
About that timer.
Cool.
I think that game kind of really demonstrated that.
Okay.
I don't know. He pitched it. It was kind of complicated, but we were all laughing our asses off. So that's how it got doing
Boy, I don't know.
This is a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Allard dance on the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald.
Put it on.
They don't
Can't resist.
matter.
What?
Oh, 10% new people signing on to Team Sniffin.
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh.
This is also true.
I was certain it was that.
That's a good answer. That was good, Evan.
Thanks.
Of course.
Mhm.
This is
It's the only
unsurprising.
song he knows.
There we go.
True.
The truth.
Nice.
I've got the only CD I own is called Gordon Lightfoot's Greatest Hit. Nothing.
It's a very thin CD.
Yeah.
Here's the question. This player's favorite commercial is
Oh.
with blank. Write your lies now.
Must be too easy for me as Tim's best friend. We have a question from Fido Vinny when you have answered. They want to know, why was Pack 4 retro themed? Was there an idea to have a consensus around all the games kind of sharing any kind of theme, or the picker itself?
No.
Quick before you ruin it for everyone.
Next question.
Okay.
This press conference is over.
Thank you for reviewing this inside look into the
Hey,
making
look for
of...
the truth and pick it.
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Mikey.
I'm really reading this as a British person, meaning Brooke Royd in it.
Right.
Tim in it.
Let's see what everybody selected.
Oh.
The double exclamation points is humiliating.
Who's never been that enthusiastic about anything?
I wish. Good answer.
Somebody tell me they got Brooks' Geico commercial when they logged onto this very Twitch stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, enjoy the go, you know?
Yeah.
Gross. I hate
ever told
everything
you-
about that campaign.
Have I ever told you I'm obsessed with a commercial from like the 90s
Here's
for
a question
Orange
for
Council? And they're like, what'll get you to drink your orange juice? And suddenly the kid goes, Robert Loggia, and then the door opens, and Robert Loggia just walks in and goes, drink your orange juice, kid. And the kid goes, Robert Loggia. It's the strangest commercial ever.
I remember that commercial.
Mhm.
I didn't know who Robert Loggia was. I
Yeah.
felt like I should.
All right. We have the question from Goody Pop. How did the idea of bracketeering get brought up? Question goes to anyone but Allard, apparently.
Uh,
I actually know because I wrote the RFP for it.
Yeah.
We were really interested in
Okay,
doing
seek
some
the truth.
like big audience kind of games,
Mm.
something like at stadiums, and so we did a bit of an internal RFP, request for proposal, and a bunch of people came up with different ideas, and bracketeering was one of them, and we liked it the best.
I think it was sort of something
that's right.
seemed
Yeah.
like it
All
would
right, who picked
play
what?
in a arena.
Yeah.
And also, like, just getting people to argue about things they shouldn't have an opinion about, and just be like, I guess I do care whether I think Skeletor is sexier than Garfield.
That was a contentious game pitch there. I feel like it was one of those times it's like, wait, no, I thought we were supposed to be coming up with game ideas that were about.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't fit. It's like an episode of, I don't know, one of those shows I haven't seen.
It is. It is like an episode of one of those shows.
This week on the mat, it was tired of conversation.
Doesn't matter what it is. It's convincing because you get points for everyone you fool.
Oh God,
For guessing
this
other
is the hardest part
players'
of the game.
truths.
Yeah.
hard.
Kind of one truth, one lie about yourself.
There's a reason we didn't do this ago.
Yeah, a lot of people are pointing out bracketeering 16 players from the start, more than 8 players. And right now, as they write their answer, once again, we are playing Enough About You from Party Pack 4. These are the creators of Party Pack 4. So if you have any questions about Fibbage 3, Monster Seeking Monster, bracketeering, Civic Doodle, or the fifth one that's going to come to my brain, because I have been naming all these games this whole time, but I'm going to keep talking really fast until I can remember that it's
One truth and one lie. Anything
Civic Doodle,
will do.
bracketeering,
Keep an eye on that timer.
Fibbage 4, Fibbage 3, Monster Seeking Monster, and another one.
I don't know if this isn't. I don't think this is fully telling tales out of school, but when we did Drawful Animate that year, there was like we play tested a little bit of like what would a Drawful Enough About
All
You
right, which statement
be
is
like,
true?
which was fun. We didn't quite entirely crack it, but it was fun.
It was fun.
Arnie, I hate you more than I've ever hated anyone.
And that's saying something.
I'm full of it.
I'm just gonna be like, knowing Arnie's typo issues. Like,
It's just for
I will say I put some thought into it, believe it or not. It doesn't seem like it.
Travis,
Oh.
thank you.
I
Thank
figured
you
at
for that
least
wonderful-
the typo would be the true one.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Is this also a typo situation?
And Harley Lou is the name of your wife, correct?
oh, it's on true, darn it.
Quinn.
I rebuilt Harley Quinn. Yeah.
This is our truth.
Allard does historically have the like you can know Allard for decades and he'll just pull out some life fact that'll blow your
Spot
mind.
The truth.
Oh boy.
Okay.
well, I know if you've worked with him, you know this.
Either way,
A lot
I
of
would love to have a conversation with him about either.
I think I put these in backwards, but
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, that's not true. It's the other one.
I knew
Oh,
You
you're still working your way through the Paw Patrol canon.
I had seen every episode of Paw Patrol, but then they released like 7 more seasons.
I don't know. It's Tom Bosley's more likely, but Fonzie's cool, right?
Either way, it was a happy day.
Oh, Allard gets it.
Oh,
I was delivering
Which
videotape
is
to the
it?
Paramount lot.
Oh, really?
I had to deliver it to him.
I like that you were a part of an emergency plan landing. Like
Are
I
you the
meant,
landing gear?
were you the reason for the emergency plane landing?
Vote and find out.
doesn't happen with
$1,000 under the seat because that's just weird.
this emergency landing doesn't happen without me, people.
Yes.
Oh, was the movie a simple plan?
Yes, I thought I could keep it, and now my entire life is ruined.
Oh, good work,
This
guys.
person
I
who
don't know.
contributed nothing to the game.
Yeah, and also it screwed up the final round by getting.
Yeah,
a
it's
bad
easy to
one.
win if you just don't play it right.
We will be keeping score between the likes and winning the game. Everyone got something but me.
So that was Fibbage. Enough about you. We now know all these people better, except for Evan, who is an unknowable man who refuses to tell us the
Yeah.
truth about his life.
I'm an unknowable liar.
But we're gonna move on
Lie
to
if you just don't remember.
we're gonna move on to the game that we got, I think, the most questions about so far. Monster Seeking Monster. Tim, you want to take it away?
That's right. And since I was given the pleasure of participating in Enough About You, CJ will be playing Monster Seeking Monster. Well, so we do have the director of the game right here among us. Not of Among Us, but of Monster Seeking Monster. As we boot it up, Arnie, do you want to talk about like how it got off the ground?
It was basically just kind of wanting to do some kind of social deduction game, and it sort of started with the idea of like vampires and like trying to track who'd been with who, had infected who, and it probably should have just stayed as vampires, but it quickly spiraled out into being like almost a dozen different monsters and powers, and it was well, that was part of the fun. I mean, that was so much of the fun of like sort of ideating on it, was just coming up with all the monster powers.
Right.
There were a lot that we were hoping to get in, believe it or not. Like that wasn't even all the ones that we were sort of tinkering with. There were some that were a lot more complicated. One of the things I remember most though, like in like play testing, paper testing this and pitching it, involved like everyone using Slack on their phones to just sort of send the messages to themselves. So every once in a while, if you Slack someone that you haven't Slacked in a long time at work, you'll be like, what is this message?
I have so much ammo for, the HR department. If I ever had to pull it out.
Similarly, if you ever do any kind of like murdering social deduction game, like every once in a while you accidentally Slack the wrong person. So you'll just randomly get a Slack message being like, I murder Tim Sniffen or something like that.
I want to kill Arnie.
Yeah.
Arnie, that wasn't a good example because you've texted that in many situations.
That's true.
Hello and welcome to
Bowser Big Green Burrito. We are in fact the dead. Well, I'm not
You can
dead,
call
but
me
we have
Fibbage.
four of the
I'm
dead.
not going to pester you with a bunch of rules. Let's jump into the fun.
So you can ask questions on Monster Seeking Monster, like, why does the Monster Seeking Monster music rule so much?
We'll never know.
I don't know.
Message time.
I do have early on in the chat. It was Omar Gardau, I think, asked if there are unused monsters that you didn't get to in the game, Arnie.
Yes. Just let me quickly send some messages here.
And if you are not yet in the audience, please at this point visit jackbox.tv. Room code is QPMR. Anyway, that's since I didn't work on this one, as we have sledgehammered home. I'm also curious about some of the questions being asked, like if there were monsters that were developed that you just didn't have time to get into the game.
Well, one of the monsters, there's the ventriloquist puppet, which power is like, sad people love puppets. That's all just because we originally, the power of the ventriloquist puppet was that you could send messages that seemed like they were from other players, which is a little bit more of an actual ventriloquist puppet thing. We realized that we weren't going to get that done in time. And Owen, one of the amazing artists on this game, was like, you got to come up with something for the puppet. The puppet just looks too good not to be in the game. So we sort of came up with sad people like puppets. So if you dated someone that had been rejected the night before, you get points for that.
Now, on your device, pick the one person you hope you're going on a date with tonight.
From the chat, Kerr Meow says, "Hey Evan, your hair looks like Saul Goodman's," which I read as a compliment.
Thanks.
Okay,
Wait.
I know it's hard to choose.
It's your avatar's
but if you
hair?
don't pick anyone,
Oh,
it'll be
my avatar.
okay.
Which
let's
actually looks like your hair too a little bit.
I know, that's
Yes.
why I
Don't
usually
worry,
pick that
this
guy.
is just the first night.
Come on, audience. Oh,
That was-
Go yet.
Never
There's
gets easier to
more.
see.
Yeah.
Boy, CJ's like, I could go for Evan right now. Let me slip right in there.
Would you like a discount, Evan? Oh,
Wow.
Sorry,
You
audience.
didn't tell us
Wow.
secret.
More.
secret.
What a
Nothing but
player.
rejection.
Oh, here we go.
Did they do it?
What?
Hey. You said you were.
What you say?
We know how this
told
is going
me.
to end.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me just adjust my glasses. I'm so upset.
Of all the complicated things going on under the hood in this game, I think the thing that probably took some of the most time is just the reveal of who's chatting,
It's
like
a full moon
who's seeing
tonight.
who's
Stay on your
talking,
toes.
Yeah.
like what order do you reveal, like how do you show, like if someone had already been picked.
Get to message
I mean, the
me.
amazing thing is, it's like there was not a lot of us working on these games, and this is so much more complex a game than we would even attempt now. I think.
yeah. If anyone wants to talk about that, like, you know, you didn't have our army of developers that we have now. What was it like with like a much smaller crew making something like this, which is like, there's a lot to Monster Seeking Monster.
Hey,
Yeah.
you need to block another player from messaging you. When you hit the info button
This
on
is
the
a
chat screen, you can
time
also
suck
find the
game.
block button, so you
I was
won't
also
see their
doing
messages.
Fibbage 3, and I was also doing Civic Doodle, which didn't get any time, so it is a balancing. And this one's really fun to work on too, unlike those others. Okay.
And you know, we do more kind of like scheduling and trying to figure it out over time. I mean, during Party Pack 4, wasn't it just like work really hard and try to have it done soon?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had Jira at that point, maybe, but
Ah,
This one was
We're
somewhat
down to
helped by the
20
fact that I
seconds.
think it was one of the first games greenlit for the pack, so it sort of started at the beginning. So it just kind of got the benefit of more time.
right.
It's probably it's one of my favorite games I
Okay,
ever worked on.
time's
It's
up.
maybe a little
Once again, it's time
too
to pick your
niche
date.
for how big of like how
So, did we
much
learn
how many
any
resources
useful
went
life
into it,
lessons
but
the
I
first
still I
night?
really love
We'll
it. I'm
find
always
out.
excited when I see people playing it on Twitch.
People, you're hearing him. Make Arnie's day. Fire up a round of Monster Seeking Monster. Put a smile on that bearded face.
Another
Let's see
monster
those
that we
games.
talked about doing was, I believe, the card shark, which doesn't make any sense, but it was a shark, a shark with like a little like poker visor on, and you could every night you could bet on who you thought was going to successfully date. You could get
And
points
this
for doing
means
that.
rejection for our extra lonely hearted.
That was
player.
probably like the next one we were gonna do if we had done one more because it was somewhat achievable.
Well, I was going to say, like, did that go in and then it was like, this is too complicated, or it was, you never got that far?
The art was made, and we were just sort of like, we
There's
have to
another one
stop.
for you.
We've done too much.
I think
The one we really wanted to do, but they're like the engineers, and rightfully so, were like, this is this would break the game too much. We wanted to do one called the Time Traveler, where you could, if you get rejected, you could go back in time and try to date somebody
Let's
else.
see what's what now.
But
Well. Some stuff.
Sounds like a
definitely
great
happened
character
there.
for a sequel.
You're currently at the top.
A
Let's
time traveling
see
monster,
your
a Langolier?
exactly, everybody.
Oh.
hello, mother.
The mother receives a bonus.
Uh
for
oh, I
every
was
night
doing
the
too
child
well.
does not
That's
get a
the
bonus.
thing you forget about Monster Seeking Monster is you don't want to do real well right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, full moon tonight.
So we have to keep Evan dating to prevent Arnie from getting more points.
Message time.
Oldest story in the book.
Oh, a quick word of
Yep.
advice. If you
Uh,
let them know
keep
you're
me dating.
definitely dating them, they may be more likely to date you back.
Arnie, I know you're busy. Any anything to say on the host of Monster Seeking Monster?
The host is the very talented performer and improviser Erica Elam, who I know some of you know. She's just so great. Like, I don't even. I had performed with her around this time, and just her voice, like she could just be so funny while seeming so sunshiny and upbeat. And
Yes.
That's just
Very
so great.
wholesome voice. But like, I knew her a little from the Chicago performing world too. Also, can be very wholesome while doing horrible things.
And that was a host character that was very fun to write for. Sort of just a lot of like sort of weird non sequiturs.
$20 and counting.
20 seconds left. I can also tell everyone, while our developers are writing, we have Steam codes for the Jackbox Party Pack 4, the one you're watching right now, are 45% off at shop.jackboxgames.com. You can go there in our remaining 1 seconds, or at any point.
All right, it's time to pick dates again. The excitement is almost bringing me back to life.
Thanks, Luca. Open that link.
Oh, I know! Well done, our moderator, Luca, in the chat. Here we go.
Oh. Yes, Moffat.
Some later suitors approach.
That was another
Let's see.
monster.
Oh.
Wow, she are in demand. Oh, that's good.
Ha!
Come
Oh,
on.
Wow, audience.
Steely Pat in the chat. Wow, I didn't like any of that exchange.
That's the CJ writing touch. Is none of it's good.
But it's consistent!
It's consistent. That's what you want in game dev.
There we go. Which all
We'd love
regret.
to see it.
The music is so great in this game.
Let's see if that changes.
My wife made a TikTok video with the Monster Seeking Monster
A
music.
little bit of movement.
She loves it so much. Yeah.
You're
It's so
the
good.
highest unrevealed
Yeah,
player.
I
So
bought a
let's see it.
Talkbox from some guy on Craigslist. I used Talkbox for this game. I had to like get a new hose because
Everyone
it
who
had
dates an
its
unrevealed
spittle in it.
leprechaun gets
Yeah, I bet. Ooh.
When the leprechaun is revealed, that's right now.
If it's
all the
anything
fake
like my
parts
recorder.
disappear. At this
A new
moment, leprechauns
hose.
get 1 bonus heart for
Ah,
every
gotta
player
get a
that
new
drops
hose.
in the rankings.
Mm.
Go to Home Depot.
Yeah, I did.
1 player dropped in the rankings.
Actually, I bought a couple different kinds. The first hose I got didn't work. Measure twice.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm so sorry. The Sal Goodman hair, that was meant for me.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh! All
The
this
leprechaun.
time, I feel like Evan's been like, yeah, I finally pulled it off. Saul Goodman hair.
yeah.
My hair goal. CJ, how do you feel about that? I see where there's some Odenkirk-esque quality to your hair. How do you feel about that comment?
I once ran into Odenkirk on when I just got out of a show at the Annoyance, and I did not recognize him, and so I thought he was an audience member who just saw the show. So I was just going to give him like a polite wave, hello, and keep going. And he, thinking I was a fan doing it, gave me like a polite hello, and so we just walked by each other, both brushing each other off.
What I got out of that is you have no respect for your audience members.
I was on my way somewhere.
Where? After a show. You had just done a show. You booked your show so close that you were like, I have an errand right after that show is over.
Put my
I gotta
props
get to
away.
Lens Crafters at 10 o'clock at night near the Annoyance Theater.
Just 20 more seconds.
20 seconds. Question from Zacharias. What inspired the robot in 3-player games, Arnie? Any thoughts there?
We really wanted to try to bring the player count down, and it was it just did. We're like, if it's the minimum is 4 players, so we spent a lot of time just trying to think of like ways to play with an NPC that was fun. And I don't remember exactly how the robot and there's also like the blow-up doll work, but I think they're actually really great. Like, you're kind of like trying to guess if the other players are going to try to date the blow-up doll or not, and you have to manage the robot, right? Like, if the robot does too badly, it destroys everybody. Like, in some ways, I feel like the game overall is better when you have robot in it.
Hear that? Keep your friend count low.
No.
Nice.
Looks like these players
No.
made a mistake wouldn't work out. A date for the child means a bonus heart for the mother.
Great.
The flip side is when you use all 3 of your chats on one person and then they reject you, that's the worst.
That was easy.
That conversation didn't suggest that was going to work out.
Let's see if any of that changed the social pecking order. Well, some small movement. Okay, let's see your secret.
You gonna be a zombie?
The serial killer steals 2 hearts from a player the second time they date each other.
I don't remember.
What's the last time I did you?
Message time.
If you just joined us since we introduced ourselves, we are Jackbox Games. We're a game development studio that makes party games. We're located here in Chicago. You may know us from some of our games like Quiplash, Trivia Murder Party, Drawful, Fibbage, or Monster Seeking Monster, which we're playing right now as part of the Inside the Box reunion tour, where we visit our different party packs and hear from some of the people that put it together. People are really hoping Arnie doesn't try to date the audience again.
Oh, well.
That's in the chat. There's some public calling for you to steer clear of the audience.
For the auto ends, as he wrote.
I wonder what is the audience's power?
It's a good question.
Allard is maybe the invisible person. I don't know what Evan is.
I'm your son.
Oh, that's
Only
right.
20 seconds left.
But you're more than that.
More love for Andy in the chat for creating great jams with the music, especially for the last night.
The last night song is so good.
That was totally spur of the moment. We weren't even going to do lyrics for it, and then it just kind of happened. I had Finney there for the theme, and he sang over it. It was great.
Ooh, I've got butterflies in my stomach. Literally, I ate a lot.
I love how did you have to have a recording session with him where he just have to be like leprechaun, like all the different monsters?
Yeah, and that was all last minute, that kind of stuff. It's like, we need to have voices. Yeah.
Oh, cool. In the chat from Sir Rubberfoot, we have someone saying, you folks are awesome. We have a Jackbox community night on Fridays and Saturday.
Wow.
That's
cool.
You're awesome, Sir Rubberfoot.
I know. Foot of rubber, heart of gold.
Oh, do people in the chat know about the
serial
secret
killer steals
word?
2 hearts.
We might have not seen it. There's a secret word in every game, I think.
What?
I blew it.
Oh yeah.
Where it'll say it like maybe the first or second night. I don't know if it says it all the time. It'll say like the secret word is fart or whatever. And every time you use that word in one of the, if that word gets used in one of the messages, it makes lightning flash in the game. It does. It's totally pointless.
Let's see what you are.
Totally pointless, you say.
I think I hooked up that lightning. I think that's something I did on this game.
Oh, there you go.
Becomes
There we go.
cursed. Then,
You did
so do the
contribute.
players they date. At the end of the game,
I think it was one of those things where everyone on the
has a
team
heart
was
for every
like, that is
cursed
too
player.
stupid an idea for us to waste
Everyone
time
has
on.
been cursed,
And
then
Evan's
the
like,
curse
all
is
right.
lifted and no hearts are taken.
I'll hook up the
I do
lightning.
remember doing that around this time.
Man,
the
it's-
stuff that no
It's
one
our
wanted
last
to
night
do.
together. Make
The
it count.
totality of the
And
audience
you
was a
get
mummy.
2 hearts for dating tonight instead of 1 because it's such a special night.
I think I'm doing quite
Oh,
terrible.
and what a perfect night for a full moon. This should be interesting.
Do we know what the secret word has
Get
been
to
for this
messaging.
game?
I don't know if anyone in the audience was tracking it. I didn't see what it was.
That's cool. I didn't know about that. Oh, we're hearing maybe it was basketball? Says Fido Vinny in the chat.
I'll
If
try
anyone
it.
can shoehorn that into whatever they're writing. Whoa!
Yes.
Nice!
Nice work.
We all just, yeah, thank you, Fido Vinny. We all just enjoyed that lightning.
The last chance. Let's make some trouble.
Oh, it's so good.
I like that the song is beautiful, but also like legitimately reminds you of what the rules for this round are.
That's what all my lyrics are. It's like if I try to write real lyrics, they're horrible. But if I can explain a game or a process, bring it on.
So what is
20
the?
second warning.
I'm trying to remember what the mummy power is.
These were cursed if you date them.
Oh yeah, it said you're cursed, and then anyone they date is cursed as well.
Oh,
Right.
that's right.
Very
I'm definitely
zombie-ish.
cursed.
Okay.
It is.
Time's up. Once
Yeah.
again, it's time to pick your date. I haven't felt this nervous since
All
I
right,
ate
fresh
my
in from the
family.
chat. The Shookster says, sorry, I know this isn't a question, but I wanted to say you guys in Jackbox in general are a huge inspiration and are super cool. Smile face,
Hey.
thumbs up.
Time to see the dates.
Thanks, the Shookster.
Oh,
It worked.
It's finally photos.
Let's finally FODUS.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
And this means
Aw.
rejections for
Oh,
our extra
Howard,
lonely
how
hearts
dare you.
over there.
You're gonna steal my heart. I can't beat you twice in a row.
Why not? That's the whole
Because
point.
We already know how this will go.
Give you more points. Take my heart.
Evan did it.
That was a big part of the challenge of the design of this with the powers. There's a lot of
Let's see
powers
the
that you're like,
almost
well, when
final
people know what it
standings.
is, it's hard to get anybody to date you.
One last thing. It's time for the after party. Time to reveal any remaining hidden
Oh, no, is
monster
that
powers.
going?
Yeah, here
Time
we
for
go.
another reveal.
Oh,
No,
On a
I,
full moon,
I
the body
think it
swapper
was.
swaps
I
hearts
don't
with
know,
the
though.
person they successfully date.
that was me.
Mhm. That's why I went up so high.
Invisible person.
The invisible
good.
person started the
Weren't
game
there
with 2
some
green
we were worried
swaps. The
about,
invisible person's score is invisible, so
copyrights
they appear
or
to be in last
for-
place until the end of the
Yes.
Yeah.
It's time to tally
yeah.
up any after
that's why I
party
sound like
bonus
Invisible
hearts.
Man.
Time to see who
There are lots
received
of-
the mummy's curse.
We couldn't do like
Oh, so close.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's
Wasn't there
certain
a
things you can't
picture
get
of the
away
Black
with.
Lagoon kind of one?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't
How
draw,
does that
Yeah.
affect the final standing?
you can't draw the universal version of Frankenstein, like with the bolt coming out.
Mhm.
That was the copyright of it.
hmm
Crazy.
I forgot about that.
Boy,
There you go.
I was the Arnie of this game. and there was an Arnie in the game.
The game, when it was pitched, we wanted to call the game Monster Mingle, which I think is a fun name. But we discovered that there are a lot of video games with monster in the title. Almost every combination of words with monster in it is some kind of game. A lot of kids' games. So eventually, we're like, well, no one would call their game Monster Seeking Monster.
I was gonna say, so you kept Monster in the title and in fact doubled down on it.
Mhm, yes.
Any final thoughts on Monster Seeking Monster before we bid it farewell?
Good game.
Good game.
It's a great
Real good game.
It's a weird game.
Good game, everyone. Good game.
Oh wait, one last thing about Monster Seeking Monster.
We're out of time.
Is we put this came in at the end. I tried to pitch the idea that like maybe some people would be uncomfortable playing the game, which is fair, which you didn't think about earlier. But I tried to pitch lunch mode, which would just be the game regularly, but if you turned it on, it would just replace date with lunch all the time. And instead of hearts, it'd be little sandwiches. And if you successfully make a date, it'd be like, it's a lunch. But
yeah, this game actually played really well with a bunch of guys. Like it was just all a bunch of, it was a total sausage fest when we were like playtesting this. And then when we played with
like
couples,
this stream.
Exactly. And when we played with couples, it was a disaster because nobody wants to be chatting up another partner of somebody.
Right.
So yeah, it became really awkward.
Well, we're going to do one more game today. We're going to do, or at least start Civic Doodle. So we're going to get that loaded. And in that time, I want to do a quick hello to Hi on TikTok. Yes, Hi on TikTok is saying how much they love Fibbage and all of us.
Oh, that was very nice.
And no, TikTok was in the room.
Yeah, but Hi is apparently our biggest fan, if you didn't know. And I just wanted to say hi, because I've never said hi to Hi on a TikTok.
Hi.
Hi.
I found a flaw with my Jackbox Games app.
Oh. Right bug.
And we have Chai Barbara, who came over to Twitch from the TikTok stream. So our TikTok stream is getting some people.
Wait, so this is streaming on TikTok?
This is streaming on TikTok. You are all cool teens now.
Oh. Wow.
My first time on TikTok, actually. What is this?
So Tim will be joining the game, and I will be the one reading, asking questions this round, because I cannot do the drawings. I, like many people, love Jackbox games, drawing games, because how terrible I am.
I do really like these name tags.
I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. All right. We're gonna start the game up. Is the mayor of Civic Doodle the old man? And what is the real name of the assistant?
Home of Peaches,
Question
the
coming
world's
from Cheapo.
oldest basset hound.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what's
Old
that?
man is the mayor.
Oh,
Yeah.
former home.
Old man is the mayor.
Thank you all for
I was
volunteering.
at some point I was like convinced I could get
in our town beautification
talk to
initiative.
Joan
Remember,
Cusack about being.
non-volunteers can still make a difference by joining the
I'm
audience.
still waiting for that.
Yeah, we're still waiting
Yeah.
for that.
And to be clear, you thought this because you saw her walking around your neighborhood once, right? Is this?
Isn't that
Yeah,
right,
no,
Mr.
she's
Mayor?
like in Chicago. Yeah.
I thought you knew her lawyer or something.
No.
A friend of mine was in a car accident. She like hit her car, and she was like, "I have Joan Cusack's phone number and insurance information."
The local preschool was going to paint something here.
She went to
so
high
as
school.
far as
Somehow
they
had
got
her
before they cleared
husband's
it and
like
exercised
LinkedIn
in its
information,
utility.
so I thought I could
They're
maybe
very
like
advanced.
get through that.
We
I
believe
played
in a
Joan
little
Cusack
thing
in her
called
sketch show once.
democracy around here.
So
So
that's my
I'd like to
connection.
Yeah, we couldn't get her to
Your
this,
fellow
to this
citizens
game.
will vote on who
After
is
all that.
better.
That gives you a closer connection than Allard, CJ.
And I continue on a short time
'Cause I
frame so you
channeled
don't
her.
overthink it.
Okay, everybody, ready, set, what? Oh, go!
Oh, right, emojis.
Oh
Seven-
yes.
While our artists
All right.
work, the rest of you can
Savvy
express
Sage
your
asked how did
feelings
the
about each
idea of
drawing
surviving the
with
internet
buttons
came
on
to
your
fruition.
device.
We actually answered that earlier. I would say it was from the darkest humors.
Time's running out.
One of our creators.
Hurry up and finish.
I remember Allard running back and forth to the copying machine. Like,
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah,
like,
it was a
oh,
very,
wait a second.
it was a very
I may not
manual
know all,
playtest.
but I know what I
Mhm.
like.
Someone to
and
draw
I
something and then
like
go
both of
copy it,
these.
and then you
Sadly,
draw that.
only one can win.
So vote
One feature
already.
that I wish we kept from the pitch, which was limited ink. Like you wouldn't have it.
Mm.
That is one flaw with this game. If you fill up the entire canvas, it's just kind of ruins it for people.
But when we paper
Wrap up
tested
those
it
votes.
for the emojis, people actually
And I would
were
never
encouraged to
forget our
either throw
audience
up,
voters.
take it down, cry.
Took a lot of dumps
We've
those
got our
few weeks.
Not so fast, Mary Beth.
I think in early game design, we
will
will all take a few dumps.
For a special reward, the drawing with the most of the emoticons will get a little bonus. This time, the bonus. goes
Sir
to the drawing with
Rubberfoot
the
is
most.
questioning the legality of the first drawing.
Yeah, what were you doing there, Andy?
There's a guy hiding behind a wall.
Wait, Rubberfoot went from
Fantastic.
"We love
Now let's see
Jackbox
what
Community
you two
Night"
can
to "Should I call the cops on you?"
Well, you've got a large pull and a tongue out, so let's see if we get even more illegal in the future here.
This is all garbage. No one's doing anything.
There we go.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
That was pretty good.
I feel like Civic Doodle is one of our games
to
that gets
vote.
referenced the most when we're ideating on new games and just trying to figure out audience stuff. I feel like almost every game has a moment where they're like, we should do something like Civic Doodle with the emojis, or we should definitely or we should definitely not do something like Civic Doodle. Like, it just always comes up as like a
Let's see how that
pivot
shook
point.
out.
We either need to aspire to be
The
Civic Doodle or
audience.
to avoid it as the darkest nightmare in our psyche.
This time, the bonus goes to the
A lot of
drawing
times
with
it's
the
like, we don't want people to
most
just
cards.
spam the emojis. And then a month later, you're like, maybe we want people to just spam the emojis.
The people have spoken.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see what you two
What's
can
going on
do.
here?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you want to
Go.
contribute emojis, you can go ahead and join us, the audience. Our room code is EXJT. You can throw some of those emojis.
We did a lot of improvements to our drawing tools for this one. It has those like the lines like a thicker and thinner.
It does feel good.
Accentuated lines, yes.
It's voting
Who drew
time.
those emojis? No, who drew these bespoke emojis?
Those
Dave
are
Ennis,
Dave Ennis.
Dave Ennis, yeah.
Dave Ennis was the art lead on this. And this game was done in record time. It was really
Wow.
He only needs to make 12,000 more emojis to have the
And
full
the
set.
audience.
Oh yeah. Well, he draws each and every one that you set up there.
Yeah.
We didn't have copy and paste back during Party Pack 4.
Yeah.
He was like a
Next
Disney
up.
animator in the 40s.
Go.
Wait, you guys didn't like my guy? Look at the other guy.
I like the other guy.
I gave someone a nice flag to fill in.
That's true.
It's not all about you, my Howard.
A fan
I
of Yelp? I love Yelp.
I yelled. Yeah.
I yelp.
Imagine this person walking into your restaurant. I yelp, so you better give me good service.
And please get a bowl of water for my dragon.
What
Oh,
was
who
it too? Just shoes? Just shoes on the desk? Oh,
But a sassy hint on the hip.
Oh,
yeah.
pants.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say.
I just tried to scroll help
Here
and
we
only
go.
wrote I yelp.
Toss those audience votes in.
You gotta vote for him. He yelps. He'll give us a bad review. Who did the music for Civic Doodle?
I did the music.
Yeah.
And
What inspired you?
what inspired Zach?
on
I'll
deck.
answer your question.
Go.
I always like old timey music, but it's not easy to do. So I figured if I did all the lead instruments as kazoo and whistling and that kind of stuff, it would be a lot easier. So I was able to do my old timey music and still, you know, whatever the end of that sentence is.
Yeah.
And I love playing kazoo. It's a lot easier than playing guitar.
It's voting time.
I like, is that a witch being like, I gotta get in on this?
That
Beginner
guy
witch,
yelps.
the head is really small.
It was supposed to be sort of a
Let's
Tintin
count
cloth.
those votes.
Oh,
Audience.
You know, witch's hat. That works.
Runaway success.
Okay, finally.
what does that say? I don't know.
So it's Foursquare. I like Foursquare instead of Yelp.
No.
Don't add another brush stroke. It's perfect. Now it just needs
Andy,
a title.
how many
Pick one of
instruments
these
do you know
easy
how to play?
I don't
Ballpark.
know. Well,
What?
I don't know how to play well.
Yeah.
Like
That if I-
one, but I can play a lot of instruments poorly.
Okay.
So
What instrument can you not play? Like what if
any
the last
sort of reed instrument or a brass instrument or strings mostly. Bowed instruments I can't really play. But
Find the title that speaks to you and vote.
Old wet neck.
something about tongues?
Licking snakes for college.
I know which one's Tim's.
This is a great part of the game, actually. I love
Yeah.
this.
I knew Tim
Plus
liked that.
the audience. Okay, time for the big unveiling. I can't wait.
I thought it was a dinosaur.
Oh, this definitely won't make the
That
petty
didn't
schools
fit
cry.
with the character limit. I thought about that too.
Good recovery.
The reveal is really my favorite part of the game.
Where's
Yeah,
the next
yeah,
stop
that
on our
reveal.
beautiful
Didn't Innes drive
tour?
around and take pictures of all those places?
I think so, yeah.
I think he went to Ohio to visit his family, and on the way home, he took a lot of pictures.
Get ready for
Yeah,
community
barns
fun.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Go.
Was this just people joking, or was there like a brief second where we looked into like what do we get to print on demand shower curtains of these things?
Yes, it was discussed.
You can get postcards.
Yeah.
Postcards. No one does.
Time's running out.
No one does until now, right, Chad?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
get a postcard from this game. Send it to Jackbox Games at the North Pole.
Vote away.
You get like a pack of 10 of them or something, and they come with envelopes for some reason.
Wow.
Something about that shape really brought out the sort of
These are
swank.
both great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're both CJ.
I love this.
CJ in the streets and CJ in the sheets right there, my friend.
Balance from the audience.
Pardon me, ma'am, while I put on my top hat and monocle.
It's like CJ takes off his clothes and it's just nothing.
He's gone.
Up next,
I'm nothing without my fashion. We had another absolute adoration for us. I wanted to, but now I'm. Oh, Quick Decks. Love you guys so much, Jackbox Games. Thank you. Then he gave us a bunch. They gave us a bunch of hugs and highs and hearts.
Kind of like the cereal.
Oh, these are both
Beanies.
good.
time to
No.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. They're both funny because of the frowny, serious face. It does look like the one on the right is timing his cereal.
Not delicious yet.
He's eating his cereal with the shillelagh.
Yeah.
It takes time to kind of.
If I eat my cereal before 5, I'll appear to be an alcoholic.
Next up,
Oh gosh.
go.
That's my favorite instrument, the slide whistle, which is impossible to play properly.
That was done. That was like live. You didn't like. I wasn't.
No, it's really live.
That's
I
amazing.
thought it was one of those nose whistles.
Oh, the nose whistle's in there, but this is the slide whistle.
Oh, someone's wearing a hat on a hat.
If anyone's going to do that, it's CJ.
Let me add another bit on top of what you said. Oh, do we get to see what they're thinking, or too much premise?
Or is there going to be more hats?
All hat, no cattle. That's what they say about me.
Let's see how that shook out. And the audience?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Dang.
I blame Rubberfoot.
Sir Rubberfoot, it's you.
Next up,
That's my favorite driving instruction video. I blame Rubberfoot.
This was actually the easiest instrument, the mouth trumpet.
Oh,
I yelled again. That's funny.
So the emojis are used as a tiebreaker. If there's, which probably won't come up with much with the audience.
Here we go. Plus the audience.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Call back.
Ooh. Enough though.
Thank you,
We had
audience.
the audience.
Next on deck. Go.
I believe this is the last drawing.
Wow. Is that an ear?
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I remembering correctly that like under the hood, like the way that the conversations between the mayor and the host are set up are actually surprisingly complicated? Or there's like a thing where it's like trailing off of the mayor for a long time.
The mayor, all his lines are like 45 seconds long, so they just can go underneath what she's saying and just trail off. And they're all
That's the
improvised,
final round.
so just kind of like
Count 'em up.
go.
Add in the audience.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, audience.
Those ears, they got my vote.
Yeah. That's how Obama won.
That's like on Bewitched when
Pretty sure what to call
Dora
this,
made Darren's
but
ears
it
real
does
big.
need a title.
Yeah. That's a reference to everybody on Twitch. TikTok's going crazy for that right now.
The kids love Bewitched.
Another weird fact about me: I got kicked out of art school for drawing ears on the walls.
They didn't give you. Did you get kicked out, or did they give you a hearing?
Oh.
There's so many kids today that debate about the two Darrens.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Pick your
All
favorite.
TikTok
and
is,
vote.
really.
Oh.
Oh, Cheerios. I'm on.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good pun. Zach, was it? Oh, thank you, Zach. My pun. I thought you were saying Cheerios.
That was my
Those audience votes in.
I went to School of Visual Arts. They did let me back in.
Let's admire our work, shall we?
Oh man.
You know what?
Imagine
That
this
was my
postcard.
Painting that I like.
There's some good Easter egg backgrounds that don't come up very often. One of them's the moon, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. We're gonna
What's next on the agenda, sir?
finish
Oh, I
our
got a
audience
special treat for our buddy
questions
artist,
with
Melvin.
what was
That's
the
not-
best game to make for Party
What
Pack
is
4?
it, sir?
Your art has moved me
Best
to
game to
commission
make?
you to do a
Yep, you have to
portrait.
pick your favorite
One
child.
that'll hang in the town hall.
Or the one that gave you the happiest memory, or the one that you had a really neat moment.
I think
Everybody
Fibbage
brace
was
yourselves,
maybe the
because you're
hardest
all drawing at
because
once
of
this
two
time.
games in
I
one.
want to fill the town hall with
But I
portraits of our
feel like
fine
we're all really
citizens.
proud
And
of
just
them.
flip through the
Yeah.
Doodle Valley
Mhm.
phone book.
It was a good.
There you
It was
go,
a
fine
good
subject
take
for a portrait.
on the Fibbage
But
brand.
That's just a
And
name.
it was kind of fun
We need
to
to know
really
what they look
pivot
like.
from the old
You
look and feel.
remember them? They live near the sinkhole. Remember? Not the sinkhole on 22nd Street. But
Oh,
the
someone in the chat
sinkhole-
is starting their first year.
Not totally sure what he's
Where you
getting
went,
at.
Allard?
But
In the
let's
fall.
Start by drawing the face on the left.
In
Anything
Terra
that
Team.
strikes your fancy.
Where did you say you went? School of Visual Arts?
School of Visual Arts in New York City.
That's where they say they're starting their first year. They're in the fall.
Oh, okay, awesome. Have fun.
I'm sorry, my question was from Caboodle. Caboodle, thanks for joining us.
Draw the left face.
Draw the left face.
Oh wait, what?
Did I not see that?
It's in bold type on the top of the page.
Bad options here, but let's vote on which is best.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Which one followed the rules?
I
I'm
didn't
gonna go for the rules. Gotta go.
I thought it
ignore
was
the
just
rules.
the eyes.
I did a
Evan
bad
and I
job.
were the only ones that lived.
Well, we're getting important play testing feedback on this.
We can release a patch for Party Pack 4, right?
Let's sketch in that middle face now.
Now let's all do the wrong thing again.
Yay!
Aren't we a bunch of stinkers?
Go to the middle face. Okay.
That's the nose whistle.
I'm laughing. It's fun. This is a fun game. This is a fun group. This is a good
We
product.
finally said it. It's fun.
It took four party packs to win me over, but I'm on board.
Okay, vote.
It's one. Terrible. Terrible. And yet I'm voting for
Yeah,
it.
that was it. It made me laugh. Cooper Productions wants to know, is there anything you wanted to add to this party pack that you ran out of time with? I think we've said a few things. One was Arnie's Monster vs. Monster Platonic Lunch Mode.
Only one face left. You know what to do.
Sherman Backup calls this truly the pack ever.
Yeah, it is truly the pack ever.
Ooh. Someone went football, I went basketball.
Oh.
It's not a football.
And this probably isn't a basketball.
I was trying to draw like a sphincter.
And
It looks like sphincter.
Yeah.
Looks like someone went to a peephole and got an eyeful.
Now, if only we could reorganize which heads are which with other heads. You know that sentence.
what was that?
toss those
What
audios.
was that editorial lead?
Exactly.
If only we could hedge which head to other heads.
Shut down the
We had a,
government.
we had a
And
tie.
now, Rosemary, as
Ah.
mayor, I get to break all the ties. I pick this one.
Yes.
Finally,
I
finish
needed
this
that.
off in any way you want. I trust you all implicitly.
What are you supposed to do? Finish the thing?
Finish the anything.
Okay.
But don't draw on the. Why is it always tongues? I'm getting loopy. Because everything looks just so entertaining now.
It's a real collection of horror shows.
Our last
There's no
night
right
together.
answer.
Oh, it's just like the last day of camp.
What's going on at number 3 there?
You know, a little menage a tonguey.
Bird.
Yeah. This is what
Naja
Arnie.
Bird.
3 is what Arnie wanted to avoid in the platonic mode of Monster Seeking Monster.
Mm-hmm,
What did the audience think?
I wanted there to be
Oh.
lunch mode, but then
People like
also
rain.
Let's see exactly
lunch
what you're
mode, but then also
responsible
all
for.
tongue mode.
The end of society mode.
It's a
Oh, it's a
perfect
family.
likeness.
I forgot.
You all do such a great job. But in politics, there's always a winner.
It is a family. Just like
It's a
we're a
great-
family. We make
great
party
party
pack
pack.
games together.
Send to your friends.
Tim Stiffen,
Yes.
you are the winner.
I'm
Tim.
a winner.
But we're all winners when you play.
Hey,
party
Mom.
pack games.
It finally happened.
Alright, Tim's not anymore. We're all winners except Tim when we play Jackbox games.
Wow.
This is Party Pack 4. These are the creators of Jackbox Party Pack 4 because we're in the 4th month of 2023. Wait a minute. If my math is correct, What's going to happen in October, Tim?
I think that would be the time where we'll be all out of old party packs to review, and it will be time to release the Jackbox Party Pack 10.
Amazing. And we'll be doing this countdown all the way down. That means next month, the 5th month, May, we'll be playing Jackbox Party Pack 5. I think we'll see some people here again, but also somebody very special joined the team in Party Pack 5. That's somebody, Brooke Bright from the Geico commercial that played before the Twitch.
Oh, beloved Jackbox personnel Brooke Bright. And no one else that comes to mind.
No, not. Nope. Anyway, thanks for joining us here today.
25 postcards for $12.
Yeah.
And
Start sending out postcards of the Doofenshmirtz family.
Yeah, look at that deal.
And we will end as we always end with Emmett desperately pitching his products to you, our beloved audience. Thank you for joining us here on the Jackbox stream. Join us next month for the Jackbox.
I need to put Arthur on speaker.
Okay.
This is falling apart. This is truly. You are trying so hard, CJ. I see it.
Several times.
I see it. You're bringing the class.
We see Arthur now. We see the dog. Oh, you yawned. It's pretty good. It's worth it.
Wait, hold on. CJ, I just have to quick run to my car and drive to Walgreens and pick up some stuff, and it'll take me no more than 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. We will stay on. Tim, I need you to describe the most interesting dream you've had recently.
The moment I've been waiting for.
Oh, we had our interns. Those interns this year.
Oh, what's that? Marketing? I need to shut down the stream right now. Okay. Thank you for joining us on the Jackbox Party Pack. Party Pack 4, 4th month of 2023 stream. I want to thank Tim for stepping in for Liz as my co-host. And I want to thank Arnie, Andy, Evan, and Allard for joining us as creators of Jackbox Party Pack 4. We'll see you next month for Jackbox Party Pack 5. And I want to thank you all for joining us for these games, for the stream, and all these years. Thank you. See you next time.
Thanks for playing.
Tune in.